Earlier this week, the Indiana Senate passed Senate Bill 353. In a nutshell, it pretty much says that only the Indiana state legislature can control elections. You know, the where, the when, the how elections can take place. The things, aka mandated by the U.S. Constitution. Article 1, Section 4, Clause 1 of the Constitution, also known as the Election Clause, says this, and I quote, "The times, places, and manner of holding elections for senators and representatives shall be prescribed in each state by the legislature thereof." Senate Bill 353, by the way, would also require those submitting an absentee ballot to either include their driver's license number or the last 4 digits of their social security number. And Indiana is not the only state discussing legislation like this. Multiple states are debating similar bills. Why? Because of the 2020 election, of course. As you may recall, several states like Pennsylvania, Texas, Michigan, Wisconsin, just to name a few, all changed voting rules in the 11th hour without approval from their state legislatures. They changed things like the number of in-person voting locations. They loosened restrictions for what was needed to vote via the mail or absentee. And some states even went as far as changing voting deadlines. Again, all without approval by their state legislatures. Now, all of these changes were said to be made because of the coronavirus pandemic. So now that brings us to today. You've got multiple states, just like Indiana, debating bills like Senate Bill 353. Supporters of the bill are praising this kind of legislation, saying it's needed so we can avoid future election confusion like we experienced in 2020. And they're saying it's needed so we can guarantee the constitutional rights of each state. Opponents, on the other hand, are calling bills like these forms of voter suppression, saying bills like these will just make it harder for people to vote. And they claim bills like these are creating more of a problem instead of a solution. So let me ask you, will bills, like the one being debated here in Indiana, suppress voters or ensure the authority of the U.S. Constitution? You tell me.